Hey everyone. Yeah, I've been gone for a while, but I have a few things I want to present to you. So today we're going to be going over a quick class on battle jewels. Battle jewels that are so way out of your mind, they have to be represented through the only means I can simply even think of. Kitty cats. I'm very serious. All right, let's quickly go over today's class. So I'm Og9. Today I'll be teaching you a class on squad composition, and we will be conducting a class on Battle Drill 2 Alpha and Battle Drill 1. Alright, let's go get this sucker started. Alrighty. So, this here is your average fire team, represented by kitty cats. So, Uni and Bao Bao and all those other Uncle Bao and all those other cats. Lovely kitties of the internet. So, with that aside, let's quickly go over these positions. So, this right here is FOOM. So formations in order of movement. Usually how the Army standard goes, at least for the infantry, for at least what I've experienced, is this. This right here is called a fire team wedge or a squad column. So what is the difference between the two? So fire team column, simple. Fire team is like just these guys. So it's made up of your alpha team leader, your automatic rifleman, a rifleman, and a grenadier. However, depending on from unit to unit, sometimes you're going to have your grenadier in the position where the rifleman is, and the rifleman to the position where the grenadier is. It mostly just depends on whatever unit you're assigned to. But for today, we're just doing it how, from what I know and from what I've experienced, how I've been taught to do it. So, this is your alpha team leader. He's armed with an M4 carbine, marked by Uni, and this is your automatic rifleman. He is armed with an M249 squad automatic weapon. Rifleman is also armed with an M4 carbine, and your grenadier is armed with an M4 carbine and an M320 grenade launcher module. To the rear of Alpha Team is going to be the squad leader, which is marked by Uncle Bao. He is also going to be armed with an M4 carbine. To the rear of the squad leader is his Bravo Team. So simply made up of the same positions, however reversed, mirrored. The reason why it is mirrored is due to the fact that contact can come at any point in time. You'd rather want to stack and make sure your automatic rifleman would be an anchor point to where the rest of the team can follow in and get online with the automatic rifleman holding point. However, it does depend on your unit. Sometimes it can be on the same side and other factors that can make up of it. So, as presented, you have your Alpha team and your Bravo team, commanded by the squad leader. Your Bravo and Alpha team leaders are smaller maneuver elements. Either they can set up, perform a support by fire, or they can perform a fire maneuver, depending on whatever the circumstances may be. So, let's go and put them in a situation. Very simple work. So, let me go ahead and erase this too, so that way it's not getting in the way. There we go. So, let's go ahead and quickly go over the situation. So, let's give this thing some context, why don't we? So, kitties are operating outside of a kitty patrol base conducting kitty operations at a platoon level. The kitty platoon leader has assigned a rifle squad to conduct a zone reconnaissance patrol to ensure that the composition of a very evil kitty is present. If they can't confirm that there are evil kitties within the AO, they will radio it. So, you have our maneuver element. Our rifle squad is currently moving. They're conducting patrol operations, moving this way. Cool. Since they're moving this way, they run into, oh, look at that, trees, rocks, things of that nature. Guess what? Evil kitty finds out that the good kitties are here. So the evil kitty is going to immediately set down a support by fire. So Alpha team is going to immediately return fire and find cover. And they will call contact by bearing, by using a little something called 3Ds. The 3Ds. So what are the 3Ds? Distance, description, and direction, sorry. I don't know what's going on with me today. So, They're going to get online. They don't exactly have to get perfectly online. So Alpha Team is going to find cover, return fire, and they're obviously going to call out direction of the contact, what they look like. For example, what are they armed with? Does it look like they're set up in a bunker? What kind of things of that nature can help them and help these guys up here further at least understand what they're going up against? So let's go ahead and give a quick example. So the Alpha Team leader calls out, hey, I got 100 meters, 3 enemy, armed with AK, 12 o'clock. Now, while they're taking contact, this is going to conclude Battle Drill 1, which is React to Contact, Direct Fire Contact. Now, we are going to go over Battle Drill 2 Alpha. But first, before we start that, the squad leader and the Bravo Team leader are doing things right when they take contact. So what are these actions? So, Bravo Team is immediately going to set security. So, Bravo Team leader is setting up here. He's watching here. Automatic Rifleman is watching this direction. Let me go and mark this a little bit better. He's watching this direction. The Rifleman is watching this direction. Bravo Team leader is watching this direction. But what's this guy doing here? What is he doing? Simple. Grenadier is going to move. He's going to set up 360 degrees of security. So he's going to be watching down here. Cool. This absolute awesome idea is now in work. And we're going to go and start giving this thing more context, more movements. This is a battle drill with not a lot of moving parts. It's very easy to understand. However, there's a million different ways to, as I like to say, you like to skin the cat. There's a million ways to skin a cat. Let's be real here. So, what's going to happen here? Squad leader has to make a decision. Is he going to break contact, or is he going to conduct a bold flanking maneuver? So, squad leader is going to push up towards the Alpha Team leader. He's going to ask, hey dude, what the heck's going on? Oops. There you go. Let me fix that so it's a lot less obstructive. So hey, what's going on? The Alpha Team leader is going to describe to him what the situation is currently going on, what the actual hell is going on. While this is happening, the Bravo Team leader is going to temporarily take up the position where the squad leader originally was. It'll make sense eventually. It'll make sense eventually once I explain it. So the reason why the Bravo Team leader is established the position where the squad leader is because the Bravo Team leader is your most senior guy. This little fella right here is your most senior. So be they a sergeant, specialist, a corporal, or any sort of that rank, they're the most senior leader of the team. So while this is going on, squad leader is going to make a decision. What is he going to do? Is he going to get the heck out of Dodge? Is he going to tell him to break contact? Move down here? What's going to happen? So, the squad leader makes that ultimate decision. He's going to decide what's going to happen. So, squad leader is going to come to a decision. We're going to be flanking left. However, in different units, they give different code names or words to that. So, for example, Tupac or Biggie, West Coast or East, New York or California. Depends on unit to unit, but largely I'm just going to try and make it simple as possible. So, once that squad leader has made a decision, the Alpha Team leader is going to acknowledge it. He's going to give the information down to the rest of his team, and he's going to conduct his movement. Squad leader is going to move down. Bravo Team leader moves down to his original position. Squad leader is going to give the briefing. He's going to tell his team, hey, look, we're going to be flanking left. We're going to establish a battle line, and we're going to prepare to assault through. While this is happening, the Alpha Team leader is going to send out an alert command. So what essentially this is supposed to signify is to any special weapons, or really to the whole fire team at most, is, hey, look, I want my 320, I want my 249, I want I want the whole team firing on, for example, let's say rapid 3. So what does rapid 3 signify? So essentially, within the whole team, they'll be firing at a rapid pace. So for example, your grenadier is going to be firing his M4 and his M320 at a rapid pace. The rifleman will be firing at a rapid pace. The team leader firing at it rapid. The automatic rifleman, he will be shooting his saw on rapid. But what does the 3 mean? The 3 is very interesting. So that essentially means the time and intervals. So he's going to fire at rapid, 1, 2, 3. He's going to fire on rapid, pause, 1, 2, 3. The alpha team leader is going to fire he's going to fire, then wait, 3-second interval, 1, 2, 3. Then the automatic rifleman opens up at a 3-second interval. And guess what? It immediately loops back to the grenadier. 1, 2, 3. Rifleman, he shoots rapid fire. 1, 2, 3. The alpha team leader shoots rapid, waits 1, 2, 3. Then, lastly, the automatic rifleman will shoot rapid. Simple. However, again, like I said, there's a million different ways to skin the cat. Not every team leader will utilize this. Some team leaders are different, and some units are different in terms of leading. However, that's not my call to make. This is essentially how I was taught. So, with that out of the way, let's quickly go over what's going to happen next. So, the squad leader is going to brief the Bravo team leader what the situation is. So, hey, look. So, let's give an example. Squad leader is going to go up. Hey, look, I just radioed up to platoon leader. Hey, look, we took contact, and we're going to fucking conduct a bold flanking maneuver. Bravo team leader is going to acknowledge or say, hell no, I don't like that idea. We should probably flank right instead. If the squad leader gives the absolute directive that, hey, look, we are moving left, we are moving left. So essentially what's going to happen now is the squad leader is going to lead Bravo team to conduct a bold flanking maneuver. So what this is going to compose of is the squad leader is going to move his element in a wedge. So the squad leader, followed by the Bravo team leader, flanked or to his rear, since we're moving in a file just to make sure we can get this movement as quick as possible. Actually, no, I did this wrong, sorry. So, my mistake. So, it's not usually the squad leader most of the time, at least depending, like I said, from unit to unit. This is simply how I was taught. So, the squad leader, then the automatic rifleman comes in. He's going to sit to the squad leader's rear. Bravo team leader, right there. Boom, 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 boom. He sets up. Rifleman. He's going to do his little walkie walk. Boom, 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 boom. He's there. And then lastly, the grenadier. He's going to do his little walkie walk. Boom, 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 boom. Uh-oh. There's no space for him. It's cool. I'll just sit him here for now. Alright, so with that out of the way, let's go ahead and have him conduct movement. So most of the time I don't really have the space for it, but usually we do bound like 300 meters away. And we bound. When I say we bound, we do a bounding movement. And then we move in a file towards our direction of where we are moving to. Let me try and make this a little smaller. So once they're good to go, Bravo team is going to establish right around here. Let me go ahead and fix you real quick. Gotta make you squared away, you little Joe. Cool. So, squad leader is going to sit right behind Bravo team. The reason why is because squad leader is senior. He can have the most eyes on the objective. So, while this is going on, Alpha team is still in contact with the enemy. And squad leader or Bravo team leader, depending on, but it's most likely the squad leader. Squad leader is going to call on to the team to shift fire. Shift fire right or to the left. That's depending on the direction where they're at. Most of the time you can do it by radio. However, there are other options such as a star cluster, a VS17 panel, or if other forms of communication don't work, either runners or a motherfucker yelling as loud as he can. That also quickly goes over one thing as well. Pace. Pace is not really just a thing just for communication. It can really be used for any sort of planning. So what does pace consist of? Primary, alternate, contingency, and emergency. What would this probably mean? So let's say primary is radio. This is our primary. Primary source of communication, radio. If that doesn't work, star cluster. What a star cluster is essentially just a pen flare. So let's say pen flare. And contingency. If that doesn't work, a VS17 panel or a whistle. If that doesn't work, a runner. What a runner is essentially just a private running down and just essentially telling dudes, hey, look, I need you to shift fire. Any sort of thing of that nature. So, since we're fighting at a 3-1 odds, since they can only identify it's 3 enemy, they're going to make that fucking move. So they're going to conduct something called a battlefield handover. So Alpha Team is still absolutely fighting the crap out of the enemy because they're still taking fire. Squad leader is going to call that battlefield handover. He's going to call, hey, look, shift fire, shift fire, shift fire. Alpha Team leader confirms, hey, look, we got to shift fire. Shift fire to the right, or shift fire to the left. But since they're positioned at the left, they're going to shift fire that way. And with that done, Bravo Team is going to conduct a bounding movement until they are around 35 meters. So let's go ahead and give this little thing a sign. Usually you can bound by a LCC or any sort of thing, but that's for another day. So they're going to bound in buddy pairs. So boom, 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 boom. Hey, look, we're set. And then the other team's going to move. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, yep, we're online. All right, cool. So what's essentially going to happen now is since they're reaching very fucking close to where the enemy is, they're going to call a lift fire. What lift fire is essentially just only shoot at targets of opportunity that are popping out from the right, not from the left, because these guys can handle it. These little dudes can handle that job. Let me go ahead and there we go. Let me just I gotta get rid of this so that way it's all gonna make more sense very soon because I really gotta do that. So that way it makes my life easy. Alright, cool. So that out of the way. So 35 meters in closing, they're gonna start moving in a line. Since they had a lift fire, they don't have to worry about getting shot at by Alpha Team. They're going to work their way through. Can confirm. Enemy kitty is down. Oops. Confirm. Enemy kitty is dead. If I could write it. Boom. He is gone. We have eliminated the enemy kitty. Boom. They are out of action. Also, while this is going on, I forgot to add, squad leader is moving from behind. They're going to position themselves behind. So they're going to center themselves right here, so that way they can still take control of the situation once it's clear. Next, squad leader is going to radio up to his team, to the Alpha Team. Hey, look, Alpha, we're set. We're good to go. Need you guys to pick up. We're moving. And same process applies. They're going to be moving in buddy pairs. Let me just do that so that way I'll get all the stuff in the way. Again, like I said last time, once they reach 35 meters in closing, they're just going to move online. They're going to work their way through. Bam. Cool. Let's say, for example, this is already 35 meters close. So they're going to walk their way through, and they're going to establish 35 meters away from the objective. This isn't a perfect example since it's a little bit awkward looking. but it'll work. It'll do for now. So essentially, what is going to be happening now is the team leaders are going to make a decision. So they're going to send out first, they're going to conduct their lace reports and assign sectors of fire. So it's going to happen something like this. Alpha team leader is going to go up to his automatic rifleman first, and he's going to assign him his sectors of fire. He's going to say, hey, look, I want you watching, I want you watching from here to here. Same thing applies to Bravo team leader. He's going to assign him his sectors of fire. Move. Okay, cool. He's going to conduct his lace report. He's going to assign his other automatic rifleman his sectors of fire. Say, hey, look, are you good? You good on ammo? How many rounds are you carrying? Oh, yeah, I'm good, boss. I'm all good. I'm all set to go. Cool. And it's going to continue down the chain. The Alpha team leader is going to go over to his rifleman and say, how many mags you got? Oh, hey, look, I got 3 mags. I'm not hit. I'm good on water. I'm good on liquids. I have all my equipment. Good to go. All right, cool. He's going to his grenadier. Hey, look, how many rounds of your 40 mic you got? Hey, look, I'm carrying around like maybe 5 rounds left. I'm currently carrying around maybe 4 mags of 5.56. All right, cool. Boom, 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 boom. After that, he's going to go up to the squad leader. He's going to give this report. He's going to tell the squad, hey, look, all my guys are good on ammo. Currently have around, I'd say, maybe 400 rounds of loose 5.56. I'm currently counting around 8 magazines, 4 rounds of 40 mic. Same thing is going to apply with the Bravo team leader. He's going to go down the line conducting his lace and assigning sectors of fire. So once he's good to go, he's going to go down the chain, down to the rifleman, down to the grenadier. He's going back to the squad leader. He's like, hey, look, we're good on ammo. All my guys are good. All good. I'll count on for equipment. No casualties. All good to go. All right. The squad leader is going to assign his next thing for the teams to do. Push out EPW and push out aid and litter. So what's that going to compose of? So one thing I do also want to mention as well for EPW and aid and litter, it is most likely always going to end up being a rifleman from one team and a grenadier from another. So they're going to do this. They're going to send out rifleman from Alpha team. They're going to send out the grenadier from Bravo. This is usually, it does depend on team to team. So they're going to push out EPW. What does EPW mean? EPW is, oh, hello. Sorry. EPW is enemy prisoner of war. If that didn't get, there you go. EPW, enemy prisoner of war. So what's that pretty much going to entail is they're just going to find and make sure that the objective is clear of enemy kiddies that are still living. So they're going to check and clear. They're going to work their way through a zigzag pattern. They don't find any sort of other enemy kiddies in the area. They're going to conduct their zigzag. And if they don't find anything, they're just going to return back to their position. And with that complete, squad leader is just going to make his ultimate decision. Or well, squad leader is going to call up on the radio. He's going to tell his platoon leader, platoon sergeant, or whoever is in higher, like, Kitty 1-6, Kitty 1-1, currently taking contact on enemy. No appearance of what appears to be enemy intelligence passed down by any sort of higher. Advise what's next actions on objective. Kitty platoon leader is going to say, hey, look, Kitty 1-1, Kitty 1-6, you guys are good to go. Go ahead and RTB, return back to base. And with that, that concludes at least an abridged version of Battle Drill 1 and Battle Drill 2 Alpha with a lot of holes in it, but nonetheless, it's a way to explain it.